Hello everyone, I'm Brandon Copeland, and as always, this is Brandon's Opinion. So, today on Brandon's Opinion, former President Bill Clinton has said that the re-election of President Obama will cause an end to the logjam of American society. He has stated that he believes that this election will cause Congress and Washington to take action on a lot of issues that need to be tackled. Now, I'm going to be honest. I'm going to tell you why I don't believe that an election will cause an end to the logjam. For the simple reason, there's always been one. What we have to realize is that when you split up people into parties, Democrats and Republicans, you will never get along because you've created division. I will admit, Obamacare has its perks. Romneycare has its perks. Obamacare has its downfalls. Romneycare has its downfalls also. But what we have to realize is that this logjam will not be eliminated until we all come together as a nation. As long as we're separated among parties, this will never work. I do not believe in strong federal government. For the simple reason, when you do this, a state ends up having people and private bureaucracies running their country by officials that the people of that state have not even elected. So do we really want someone who we do not know who they are running things? Also, is it necessary to cut $700 billion from the military? This is our national security at a time that we most need it. I think this is pretty obvious. Now, I do agree with presidential candidate Mitt Romney when he says that he wants to give power back to the private sector. I think that the states should run their own things because when we do that, we see a better outcome and more financial growth. Maybe the individual person does not get what they want, but in reality, we have to realize that here in America, we live in a land of prosperity and the pursuit of happiness. You're able to do whatever you want. So, in our reality, the logjam will not end until we all come together on this issue and until Republicans and Democrats finally choose to agree, not agree to disagree. Also, let's look at some of the things that both of these healthcare plans include. There are a lot of things, and I'm not going to get into it now because the show is not long, but just do some research and find some things that are in both of these plans that need to be rid of. This is what I think will get rid of the logjam. It's not about politics. It's not about policies. It's about people as Americans wanting to do what Americans should do and taking care of themselves and helping us get this economy back together. There has been a lot of division among America as to where who's with Obama and who's not. We've got to get rid of that. People have been split among politics since this country started. If you're for Obama, that's fine. If you're for Romney, that's fine. There is no sense to get a sense of urban nationalism all because we have President Obama, y'all know what I'm talking about, in office. I mean, because all of a sudden politics has gotten radical. If you don't feel a certain way, you're ignorant and you're stupid. No, that's what's creating this logjam, how we perceive politics. Also in other news, Chris Brown has failed his drug test and is set for a probation hearing in November. Chris Brown has violated his probation because marijuana has been found in his system. Okay, look, he's rich, he's young, he's what, 22, 23? The man's having fun. All other music artists, well, I'm not going to say all, but most, especially in hip-hop, urban, and R&B genres, always have been caught getting high. We need to realize that this is just something that people do. We also need to take this negative image off of Mr. Brown for the simple reason Rihanna has stated, according to CNN.com, that Mr. Brown was her best friend. She has stated that she is offering confirmation of positive energy and that she wishes that he has the best. And I think that we should look at that. I mean, every relationship goes through trials and tribulations. How many of us have gotten into a fight with our mate and nothing got done about it? We just let it go. You ain't got to raise your hand, but if you're watching this, there have been physical altercations that go on between relationships. They happen. This one just so happened to get publicized. So, also, I want to read a statement that former President Bill Clinton made in reference to President Barack Obama, how he should handle things. This comes off of CNN.com. It says, I think the president's desire to keep his public options, open in this correct course at this time. I think that when you say something in public, whatever it is, one of the two things happens when the people call you on what you said. You've either got to do something about it and deal with it, perhaps unintended negative consequences, or you don't and people think you're weaker. But better to make them wonder what you're going to do and communicate privately in more explicit terms. Now I want us to realize something. This is something that Bill Clinton has said. Let's look at what the last sentence said. Better to have them wonder what you're going to do and communicate privately in more explicit terms. Now, when presidential candidate Mitt Romney did this at a private meeting in which a secret camera was snuck into, he was ridiculed for it. So how do we know that President Barack Obama isn't saying little sneaky, sly stuff in private? Obviously, former President Bill Clinton promotes these kind of actions. He says, hey, talk privately so you can say what you want. Why hasn't anybody snuck a camera in on one of Obama's meetings? I know he has them. He's had plenty of secret meetings. If you remember back in 2008, he had one. But I ain't got nothing to do with that. I'm Brandon Copeland, and that's my opinion. Follow me on Twitter at Grand Albanil. Friend me on Facebook on my fan page at Brandon Copeland. Look for the picture of Poseidon, and yes, guess what? That'll be me. God bless. I'll see y'all next time. Please let us be mindful to not be separated among politics. Let us be mindful that Chris Brown is a rich person. He gets high. And let us understand that what's good enough for the goose should be good enough for the gander. Hey, do you want my opinion on something? Well, now is your chance. Send all your information, include all URL links and articles, or either if you just want to know about a personal situation, email that information to me at brandonsopinion@gmail.com. That's all one word, no spaces, no apostrophes. brandonsopinion@gmail.com. Also, if you would like to remain anonymous, please be sure to mention so in the email. God bless. See y'all next time, and I can't wait to hear from you so you can hear from me.